I was scammed, not once, but twice. Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Melissa and you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm going to link my first video of I was scammed down in the comments below. But I do want to take a second to apologize. It is about 117 degrees here in Arizona and my air conditioner is having a hard time cooling down the house. So I am boiling hot. My bangs are sticking to my forehead. My glasses are sliding down my face. I am glistening everywhere. So I'll probably be fidgeting quite a bit in today's video, and I do want to apologize for that. But I also wanted to get today's video up for you guys. I also have my sons with their friends here today, so you're probably going to hear some boys in the background. Again, I do apologize for that, but that is just simply mom life. If you guys are new here, please do me a favor and hit the little subscribe button down below. My subscriber count has decreased recently and it's making me quite sad if I'm going to be honest. But now let's jump into the story. So a little backstory. I purchased this bag and this bag. I purchased this bag first from the brand or the company Neri's Boutique. Neri's Boutique, to my understanding, is a consignment store where she and they, because it's a husband and a wife, consign bags and they resell the bags. They get all of the bags, to my understanding, authenticated prior to selling the bag, and they also send you a copy of, not a copy, they send you a photo of the authentication form that, or at least that's what they did for me. They sent me a photo of the authentication form showing that they got the bags authenticated. So I bought this bag. I was really happy with it, and later on I ended up buying this bag. Well, I came to a point where I was ready to move on from this bag and I posted it for sale. One of my friends offered to trade me her black Alma BB for this bag. And I said, okay, let's go ahead and do it. So she asked if it was authenticated. I shared with her that I personally did not get it authenticated, but that they did send me a photo of the authentication, which I sent to her. She said for her comfort, let her get it re-authenticated. And I said, absolutely no problem. So I sent her tons of different photos, close-ups of everything so that she can get it authenticated. And then the bad news came back that this bag was not authenticated. So that is a quick version of the backstory. If you want any more details about the backstory, then please go see my first video where you will hear all of my raw first impressions. And then let's go ahead and jump into your guys' questions about these bags. One of the main questions that you guys ask frequently is, have I got it authenticated again? I shared with you guys in that first video that I did plan on getting it authenticated again because the person or my friend who got it authenticated only got it authenticated once. But the consignment people said that they got it authenticated twice. Now, I looked into both of those companies that they said that they got it authenticated from, and both of them had very negative reviews, and they had several people saying that they do not have a background in authentication. So I don't feel like it is a fair judgment to go off of those two, but my friend had it done at Real Authentication, which many people such as Minx for All use Real Authentication, and they have had good luck with that. So why haven't I got it authenticated again? It's simply because at this point in time, I really don't want to spend more money on the bag than I already have. Now, luckily for me, my friend did say that I didn't need to pay her back. I really wanted to. I offered many times to pay her back for it getting authenticated. But she said no, she just felt bad that I was going through this situation. So I haven't had to pay for it, but I just feel like I just simply don't want to at this point in time. I'm also really scared of it coming back inauthentic, which I'm pretty dang sure that it will. Another question is, can I get a refund? No, I can't get a refund. Unfortunately, I did send the money through Zelle. I called my bank and they told me because it was so long ago and because I sent it through Zelle, I cannot get my money back. They told me that unless I'm sending money to a family member or a friend that I am giving to somebody, try not to ever use Zelle because there are zero protections when it comes to Zelle. So that is something to keep in mind when it comes to you guys. Using Zelle through your Chase bank account is like handing cash over. So once you hand over that cash, it's done with. The bank has no type of security in place for Zelle when you use Zelle when you make any purchases. This next question I get quite a lot, and I'm curious as to why they get it quite a lot. Maybe they didn't listen to the first video very well, but the question is, how do I know it's fake? Well, because it was authenticated, and when it came back as fake. That's how I know it's fake. Another reason why I believe it's fake is because this little code here, the M44580 mini Dauphine that came on the actual dust bag, does not match the code on the website. Now, I actually asked the seller about this when I first purchased the bag, because I noticed when I purchased it, I actually noticed it while it was being shipped to me. And you would think with me noticing something like this that I would go get it authenticated, but I think I was just really in denial. Anyhow, I noticed that it didn't match, and I asked her about that, and she said it was actually because it was purchased overseas and that some of their numbers overseas do not match their numbers here. And I was naive enough to believe that, and so unfortunately that is a tell where I could have just saved myself quite a bit of money if I would have just went ahead and got it authenticated right away. Will I continue to use the bag? Honestly, you guys, I really don't know. It puts a sour taste in my mouth. Obviously, I haven't gotten rid of it. I don't want to throw it away when I haven't had it re-authenticated yet, because I don't want to make a mistake and throw away a bag that was authentic. I really don't believe that is. Now that I am aware of it not being authentic, there's just too many little naggles that I feel like are telltales that it's not authentic. One of that which being the little code on here, another one being the fact that the way that they handled the situation when I reached out to them. So anyhow, am I going to use the bag? I don't know at this point in time. I hope that I can bring myself to use it, because I did love it. I was using it. It's still the same bag as it was before, so my love shouldn't change, but it does put a pretty big sour taste in my mouth. What will I do if I decide that I can't use it? I don't want to. It puts me in a funk. It's just not a bag for me anymore, and I want to move on from it. I will probably either give it to my best friend or I will give it to my niece. Both of them do not care if the bag is authentic or not. They just like a nice, good bag to use on a regular basis. So that's probably what I would do. I don't know if I would sell it. I've had a few people reach out saying that they want to buy it, but I don't know if I would sell it, to be honest, because it just doesn't settle right with me. Knowing that it's something that's illegal and it's something that's fake, it really just goes against my integrity. Will I ever buy bags pre-loved ever again? Yeah, I will. I'll just be really wise about it. There's a couple of companies that I really trust. Her Authentic. She's all over Instagram and her website. She gets everything authenticated pre-hand, and her website seems to be very trustworthy. I've had several friends shop through her and they had no issues, and all of their bags came back authentic. Fashionphile is a place that I am extremely comfortable with. I've bought 3 or 4 bags from them and I've really enjoyed them. They were all authentic and they were great purchases, so I don't have any issues with Fashionphile either. I don't know that I will ever purchase from a consignment store ever again, or a small business other than Her Authentic ever again. Did you report the company? I actually did go to report the company. They are based through Facebook Marketplace after I had conversations with them. So I did reach out to them. I let them know that the bag had come back fake. They told me, hey, we had it authenticated 2 different times. You need to get it authenticated again. Very rude, very defensive, had a huge attitude, and they sent me the forms again. Well, on the forms, they had the actual date code wrong inside of one of the forms. And so I was like, no, this can't be right, you guys. If it was right, you would have caught the fact that the date code was wrong, and you would have mentioned that, and you would have had the form resent back to you. So I just don't believe them. They were very rude, very snooty, straight up said, we will never send you your money back, so we're not even going to deal with you, and we don't want anything to do with you, basically. So I did go to their website to go report them, and they had blocked me already. So unfortunately, I don't know of any other way to report them. Now that I am blocked from them, I can't even see their website anymore, but the company name was Neri's Boutique. Will you get your utility bag authenticated? I purchased this bag from the same company, from Neri's Boutique. At this point in time, I am not going to get it authenticated. I thought that I was. In my last video, I mentioned that I was. But at this point in time, I don't think that having it authenticated and coming back as inauthentic is good for me, because I will never use it. At this point in time, I'm going to use it. I'm going to love it. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to pretend like it's real, whether it's real or not. I'm going to let myself live in this naive world where I believe it's real, even though it's most likely not, just because I know myself and I wouldn't use it. I spent $2,500 on this bag and $2,500 on this bag. So if I stop using both of these bags, if I can't bring myself to use them and I give them away, that's $5,000 down the drain. So if by not getting this authenticated, I will continue to use it. Probably not as much. Ever since I found out this one was fake, I haven't actually used this one because it is in the back of my mind that it could be fake, but I just don't want to know, honestly. But with that being said, I will never, ever, ever sell this bag with the fact that it could be fake. It will just be a long-term bag in my collection, something that is here to stay, and I will use it on occasion or use it whenever I feel like it matches my outfit or whatever it may be. But both of these bags for now will stay in my collection or be given away later on once I find that I really don't want them anymore. The last question I kind of already touched on, and that was, what did Neri's Boutique say once I confronted them? At first, they came to me and said that they had it authenticated twice, and they sent me the forms and that I should get it re-authenticated again. I told them about the number being wrong on one of their authentication forms, and that I looked up both of these companies, and both of them were stated to not be reputable companies. They basically said, too bad, so sad, get it re-authenticated. And I said, why don't you send me my money back, and I will go ahead and I will send the bag back to you and you can resell it. At that point, she kind of laughed at me and was like, hell no, that's not happening. You will never get your money back, basically is what she said to me. And so at that point, I was getting extremely fired up and frustrated. So I just decided to drop it with her. There is something to be said about peace of mind, you guys. And yes, I could fight, and yes, I can take her to court, and yes, I can do all of these negative things to negatively impact her, but they are also going to negatively impact me. And I'm at a point in my life where I just am not here for that. That's not what I want. So do I believe she's wrong? Absolutely. Do I believe she's a fraud? Absolutely. Do I believe that they are scamming people? Absolutely. But other than the fact of being able to sit here and talk, I'm sorry, you guys, I got an itch on my nose. To be able to talk to you guys and let you guys know so that you don't shop there and trying to block them, that's pretty much all that I can do on my side that I'm comfortable with doing. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to spend more money on these people. I just kind of want to put it behind me. But that's how they addressed the situation. That is how they came at it. They were very, very unprofessional, and they had nothing nice to say. Those are your most commonly asked questions. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I would love to answer them for you. If you have ever been scammed, please let us know down in the comments below. I know a lot of us have been scammed, and it makes us feel a little less crappy if we know that it happened. Why is that? Why would we feel less crappy if we know that it happens to all of us? We should feel more crappy that it's happening to all of us. I hope that you guys have never, ever, ever been scammed. But if you have, let us know your story down in the comments below.